Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Trash Talk experience. I'm your host, A-Bob. I'm here with my brother, Son, here with my brother, Trey, and we have a very special guest, freshly off the market and married to our very own Trey. We got Zara in the building. Zara, how are you?
I'm good.
Is she not a brother too?
No, I thought so. For a long time, I did think so. She was one of the brothers. But then on your wedding day, that's when I found out she was one of the sisters.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you, Zara?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Since you're here, since you got recently you got married,
Yeah.
we're going to be talking about marriage in general and weddings.
What's the difference? Like,
Wedding
by
is the
dictionary
event,
is.
marriage is the after the whole your whole life.
Did you really need that explained?
No, I did. You gotta realize who you're speaking to right now.
Has your opinion on marriage changed since you got married, or do you think marriage is necessary in today's world?
I had this discussion with a colleague of mine. So, funnily enough, and they don't watch, so it's alright. Funnily enough, the guy was like a bit iffy about getting married, and the girl was like, "Oh, like why wouldn't you want to get married?" Like she was kind of a bit hurt, and I was like just awkwardly like the third party in the conversation. Right? Yeah, because they're dating, right?
Were they both in the same room?
Like,
Yeah,
okay,
so
sure. That's funny, man.
And then I was just the third party in the conversation.
Sure.
So I was trying to like play both angles.
Did you incite any fight, or was it just like?
No, I wasn't a fighter.
If it was Son in your place, he would have just been throwing the fire, like make it more of an argument.
It would be like, what? You don't love her? But basically, his argument was just like there's no real reason to get married. It's a traditional old thing. Like what's the reason behind getting married, right?
Yeah, like I don't know, like historically where it came from. It doesn't come from like all of the major religions have some component of marriage. Yeah. But I think marriage precedes most religions. Like it's just been a contractual thing. Yeah. So
does it actually?
Yeah. I don't know if it
I think prehistorically people would be more. I think it's polygamous, if that's a word. Like
polygamous.
Yeah, as in like would have interactions sexual with more than one person.
Possibly.
And people would have shorter.
I don't know my history that much.
Nah, because thing is, back in the day, guys would be hunter gatherers. Like I've been called
way back.
I've been called misogynistic, by the way, by one of our YouTube viewers.
Oh yes, that was hilarious, bro. Yeah. He took it so like. Did you take it like as a?
For me, I was thinking of writing a response, but I was like, what kind of people write comments on YouTube? And then I was like, I'm gonna be better than them. I'm not gonna respond.
You took the bigger road, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but thing is, for me, marriage is just like if the girl is getting happy by the whole situation of getting married, you should. But I think it's a religious thing to get married.
No, all major religions have it now, but that's what I was thinking. Like, if you're religious, I think that you're more likely to value marriage.
Yeah.
But even like non-religious people find value in it because it's in a way like it sets boundaries for you, and I think boundaries are important. Like in every relationship that you have. If you were with a girl that was with multiple partners, would you be comfortable in that? If you're comfortable, don't get married.
But playing devil's advocate, like even people who date already set boundaries of like don't mate with other people.
Like for example, like we were dating, but we were very committed to each other. Like
no, but what's that commitment binded by? Like you could like there's contracts for a reason, but even like professionally.
Binded by your own morality.
Yeah.
Like you should.
What if the other person's not that moral?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like it depends,
easily.
right?
Well, then I don't think law would change the morality. Like they're gonna cheat whether the.
You know how hard it is to get divorced?
Yeah.
So it kind of forces you to stay together.
Can I just say like
No.
Like you know sorry. Like you know Hen's night and bachelor's night.
Yeah.
You're committed, right? Like you've already said that you're gonna get married.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get strippers involved and like, which is each to their own. But to me, that's always been such a weird concept that you're getting like, it's like your last single night. So then you can do whatever you want. You can like.
Should I tell her now we had a bachelor's night?
Shh.
No, I never mentioned that, bro.
So I think that's for me is a bit of a weird thing. Because
but even that is like an agreement. As long as both parties are agreed, it kind of makes sense. Like like you have your fun last night, I have my fun last night, but after this day, we're committed.
Yeah.
But what makes it like a one night pass? So like, what determines like tonight we're gonna have
The agreement.
a day off,
Yeah.
cheat day, and the next day we're back to commitment. I think once it's done,
like
it's
a
done.
diet plan. Cheat meal today.
That's why I'm saying you need like a formal like contract. That's why contracts exist in a way. Like
Yeah.
a friend of mine who got married, she's been married for like 4 or 5 years. She explained it to me this way. She said, if I was just dating my husband, it would be easy for us to call it quits if things go sour.
I guess
Okay.
so.
Since we're married, it forces us to fight for something, fight to save it.
Yeah.
If you were just like going out, you could one day just be like, I hate your hairline. Call it quits.
I can't deal with these constant attacks. These personal constant
You could have
attacks.
been like, she's immature. Call it quits.
You really
But-
think I'm immature?
No, I don't. But like, if you're married, like you guys, like it comes with the territory that like you're gonna be like careful about certain things around her. She's gonna be careful around certain things about you. Just expectations.
Thing is, you can't expect anyone else to follow whatever you feel like.
No, but in a marriage, I think that's the expectation, kind of.
Now everyone's got their own set of morals and like own set of boundaries. Like if you establish it beforehand, that's fine.
I
But
think
marriage doesn't change anything though.
yeah, I agree.
Fundamentally.
For us, like I feel like I like that marriage hasn't changed anything for us.
No, but like that's why you guys were like in a relationship for so long, because you agreed on
But then,
those things.
Yeah.
by your definition, there should be no divorces because that you've signed up for. There should be no cheating either.
No, but this
no,
is the
he's
thing
saying
you
it's a deterrent. It doesn't mean they won't.
Like-
No, but
Yeah.
if someone's gonna do some nonsense activities, marriage is just.
This is what something you said. You were like, I'm a habitual liar, so I could just lie my way into a marriage.
See, I'm not a liar. Let's get it straight.
Okay.
But now I can put a facade on for 2 hours. But
just lying.
it's all for jokes, bro. It's
Okay.
all for comedy.
Eloquent way of lying,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thing is, like, if I'm an honest person at my core, I'm gonna say marriage or no marriage. Like, I can coax someone into like getting married for a bit.
Yeah, but
But-
I'm not saying that's like wrong or anything. Like, yeah, obviously you could do something, even though it's right for you, but your partner then finds it weird, and for her, she says, "No, I don't like that you smoke or whatever," and then she said, "That's a no for me. I'm gonna divorce you." That still happens, but I'm saying if you were just in a relationship, like if you were just girlfriend boyfriend, and she doesn't like that about you, you can like call it quits. There's no room for like,
Yeah.
okay, I.
So
can
do you
change
reckon
myself.
marriage just makes it more emotionally attached?
No, he thinks it's a bigger deterrent. So like you'll be more willing to not have to go through a divorce
Not just that,
because
like,
it's
Like you work things out.
yeah, you would kind it kind of forces people to work things out, and it's the right thing.
How
to
many
do.
relationships have you been in? Just curious, just to get.
Why would I disclose that on a
Yeah,
podcast?
because like I can gauge your experience. Like for you, it says relationship is just like
No,
reset
it doesn't
button,
have to be just me. Like,
and marriage is like you don't want to reset it because you lose all your files and
Okay.
hard disk.
do you agree with my point about like it's a like getting married is important because
Yeah.
say like, yeah, if you were just girlfriend boyfriend, you can continue as you want,
Hmm.
but a contract like a marriage like kind of
I agree.
makes you committed more than just a girlfriend and
I
boyfriend.
agree, but I also think like again, it's different personalities. Like Ray and I, if
Yeah.
we were just dating,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm pretty sure we're mature enough to talk about it anyways and just get over it.
Yeah.
I think
Well-
we're going on roundabouts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
You know the couple that you were like, the
oh yeah,
third partying with. I feel like the fact that he is not willing to get married is a bit of a red flag, in my opinion. It's like why are you worried about that? It shouldn't change anything, even if you got married or not.
But what's the difference?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine that he doesn't want to, but if she wants to, there's no harm
Fair-
in doing it.
fair
Because
enough,
if
like-
you are committed and like whatnot, I don't think
Yeah.
it should really change anything. So
This is another thing we should probably get onto another topic, and it's a bit concerning that Trey put this forward to me.
What the
Since you've been
fuck?
married for a few months, he said
sweating.
divorce rates are going up.
Yeah.
And are prenups necessary? Do you think in today's world? And I was a
Oh,
bit concerned. I was like,
alright.
Trey, you're already married, bro. What does that mean? Why did you put that forward?
Oh no, I see the discussion all the time, and like that's one of the points one of the guys brought up as well. He's like, if we get married, that means like I owe you stuff if it doesn't work out. Like
Yeah.
I've got to
Half your wealth, brother.
yeah, and he's like, I don't want to like, and which is sort of a red flag, I guess. but it's like I don't want to have to like give you 50% of my stuff if it doesn't work out.
That's why you marry rich, man. I mean, it didn't work out for you, even though she's rich as. But
no,
Not.
so I was gonna say like I don't know what the whole prenup stuff is about, because like, man, I don't earn that much. I'm not worried about her taking like pretty much next to
It
nothing.
only makes sense for wealthy people, like
Yeah.
super wealthy people.
And,
I
like,
don't know if like
celebrities and shit.
but
Like,
no,
Yeah.
even if you have a house, let's say for example, worth 2 million or
Yeah.
1.5 million, like you work hard for it. As a guy, I would just be like disappointed for it to just go away.
I think
Like
it's-
something you work for.
You're not gonna own that, like it's gonna be after like
But, like,
20
for
years or something.
For
like,
this guy, like it
marriage.
makes sense just to
No,
protect
but
himself.
I understand the idea of prenup. It makes sense.
something personal to you, 370Z.
I'm taking it.
Who gets it?
Considering the fuel prices, I think
honest-
you want to get rid
To
of
be honest, I
it.
don't know how to drive manual, so his.
Yeah, that
There
kind
you
of
go.
thing. Like,
Yeah, but
say
the
if
point
you had-
is, like, it makes sense now, like, just to financially protect yourself. Other part is, like, if you're imagining a prenup, like, if you have a prenup in place and it's manifesting, something is gonna go south.
Yeah, which is
Like, you don't
I
want to
should-
do that. Like, you just want to go all in, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I think for us it's like we think it's.
it's a smart thing to do as a guy or a
It's-
girl
it's
if you're
smart.
rich,
But if you're going to get married,
You gotta
doing
take
it
that
for
risk, yeah.
The, like you want to be bounded for
Yeah.
however long you live for. So
in Pakistan, they say this thing like, doesn't matter how bad your marriage is, kids will happen regardless, because people have no
I
control
don't
over
think
there.
kids should be the reason why like you should stick in a marriage. I
Well,
think it's important
Yeah,
to try and make things work, but if your relationship's really bad, shouldn't stick.
it's negative effect on kids as well. But in
It is a
Pakistan,
negative effect.
in Pakistan, that's what ends up happening. Like, even if your marriage is like sour from day one, people still end up having
know,
kids
I know.
because they have no control.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. Uh,
is it like a
Need
birth
it-
control issue or
yeah,
like?
birth control, knowledge.
Need to increase the bloodline, brother.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's why we have so many people in like Indian and Pakistani like culture.
Yeah.
So the thing is like for it's a lot easier in I think Australia or like America potentially, because the laws are like good
Mm.
for divorces and prenups to make sense.
Yeah, and also just like you know how the idea of if you're divorced, you can't come back to our family. Like it's like a very cultural. It looks bad for the family. I think that's a like in Australia, it's like no one cares. Like,
Was there anything you guys wanted to talk about?
Age.
Oh yes, age. Do you think there's a right age to get married?
Yeah. It's exactly 26.
Mhm.
and 21.
So if you're past that, you shouldn't get married at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
No,
And if you're younger than that, you shouldn't get married.
definitely not.
Okay. Do you have a personal experience with this, Zara? It seems like you do.
Well, yeah, because I'm 21 and I got married.
Mhm.
I guess for me, like I said, I've been influenced by like my white friends and stuff. So I always thought like, like 21 is way too young. So it
They
was
must have not been Christian though. I've heard Christian like
yeah.
they get married
They-
like 18 and
that's
stuff.
true.
Yeah.
That's super true. A lot of my friends were agnostic or
What kind of
atheists.
Christians are we talking, bro? Introduce me some.
What 18?
Yeah.
Christians.
Christians, bro. Come on, 18.
I'll
is-
introduce you. I'll introduce you.
Mm.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, you're saying.
So for me, the idea of like, because I wanted to get married, but again, that also like the idea of I'm so young. If I go to uni and like show my ring or say I've got a husband, it sounds really weird, right?
Can't disagree with that. I mean, yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, like it's a head turner.
It's out of the norm.
it's out of the
definitely, yeah.
norm. So for me, it was like a big decision. Like, should I get married? Gross. Should I get
You're
married
married now, bro. You can do these things
yeah.
around each other.
Mm.
But yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you see, like, I've seen a lot of like international students that come in uni,
Yeah.
and some of them are already married. Like,
yeah, see,
and
that's the thing. Like, it makes sense if they're like overseas and whatnot. But
Yeah.
for here,
Phobby.
I'm phobby. So, like my uncle had said, like, don't be influenced by like your family. Don't be and by the way, my family didn't want me to get married this young. They said like do your own thing, and then figure it out.
Mm.
But this was a decision like we wanted to make.
you find the right person. So
yeah,
like,
so
yeah.
that's my thing. So I think it's something I feel like I'm capable of, being in a relation. Like
We'll find out soon.
we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
But have people given you pushback? Like your family, you said, didn't give you pushback. They just said, we just think it's not.
Yeah, they were
But
like, but we are
I think
happy
friends are
for
the
you.
first people that have grievances against the whole.
Did any of your friends just say like, oh yeah, what the hell are you doing? Like
Yeah, for
21
sure, for
and
sure.
what did you respond to them by?
Look, honestly,
Shut your ass up.
That's a good response.
Yeah.
yeah.
To be
it
honest,
is.
you would like it's not. It's
I-
not a bad thing
But
either.
I think no, like, which is fine. I respect their opinion. So I say I understand where you're coming from. But I think for me, like, just because we're married doesn't mean I'm no longer independent. Like,
Trey.
Trey would let me do like whatever I wanted, or still like educate myself, or like
what she thinks.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Wait till you find out, bro. I know Trey quite well.
Mm,
He's going to impose himself onto you
yeah, good.
and change your life.
I'm just gonna be a housewife. Don't worry.
Yep.
No, but
He is worried now.
that's what I'm saying. Like just
You
because
gotta
How's he
keep
gonna
spending
afford a
money,
house
buddy.
in Sydney?
yeah. So just because like I'm married doesn't mean like that's it for me.
Yeah.
Like, so it really didn't
Don't worry,
matter.
bro. House prices are gonna
And,
come
like,
down. Inflation.
Can I just speak?
You've been speaking quite a lot, Zara.
Yeah, bro.
She likes her voice, man.
Fine.
No, but I agree with you. Like, yeah, like they were justified in having concern,
Yeah.
but you trust yourself enough, and
Yeah.
your family trusted you enough that they were like, okay, make your own
Yeah.
decision.
Exactly.
But certain people, like, we all have people that have shown
Debbie
interest in
Downers.
getting married, and we were like, nah, you probably shouldn't get married.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, there are people that like when they're young, they're not ready to get married at all.
yeah.
yeah.
Like-
which is why I think yes, 21 is quite young, but I'm not like immature enough.
We've had friends like at 18 they showed interest in getting married, and then
Yeah,
they're not
it's-
married now. I'm like, see how stupid that decision was. Like there was a reason why you were
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
married at 18.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And definitely I thought very hard and long about like if I wanted to get married and if I was ready for it. So
Yeah.
it's not like I just went for it.
since you got recently married, you have more of experience in this department than Sun and I for sure.
Not really. I don't think so.
Well, yeah, like you experienced it more than what we have, at least. Is there a right or wrong way to do weddings, in your opinion?
Right and wrong way.
What kind of question is
Yeah,
that?
like
man?
that's really broad.
Well, like take it however. Like broad questions are better. Like then you can answer
I
it any
think
way you
there
want.
is.
Trey, what do you think it is?
Inviting 500 people to your wedding
No, it
is the
wasn't-
wrong way.
It wasn't 500.
Depends
I'm
on
not referring
okay, no,
to
it
it.
depends on what are they bringing to the table. If they're rich friends,
Mm,
True,
I gifts.
true talk.
Are they,
but I think you still would be losing out on per head like basis. If you're spending $200 per head,
Yeah.
then you can't get them kind of money back. So the thing
No.
is, good weddings should be cheap weddings
Mm.
rather than
efficient weddings.
exactly.
I've always I would prefer it being intimate rather than a big wedding. Because like how many of those 500 people are like genuinely there for you?
Well, better question to ask is how many people that attended your wedding you didn't want?
But
Them
two in
to
this
attend.
room.
Yeah. Exactly.
Too personal?
No, it's not too personal. There was a few people I was like, I don't really.
Name them.
No, but the thing is, like weddings, like as much as you guys think it's about you, at the same time it's about your family and parents.
Exactly.
They're gonna
which is
invite
what,
other people.
Like,
Yeah.
I found out because I was always like, but I don't really know them. But then my parents would be like, but we know them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. So
That's the thing with like especially I don't know if it's the same case with like all weddings around the world, but definitely in our culture,
yeah.
it's a thing that there's an expectation you invite people who you've met over the years or they've invited you to your wedding,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
the case is. But if you had a choice of your own, say
Yeah.
your parents didn't do the guest list, you
Yeah.
would have had it more intimate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah.
I would only choose people that I feel.
And
like
don't
are
be a
genuine-
sun simulator. Keep the mic closer to your mouth.
Nah, I just feel like I'd choose people who are like genuinely there for me, not just because I think I should invite them.
The thing is,
Yeah.
do you guys know in Pakistani, Indian, even Sri Lankan to an extent, and Bangladeshi culture, the number one thing people save money for is weddings. So
Really?
you know how like over here we might be for like housing or whatever. In
Yeah.
Pakistan, like Desi culture in general, they save money for weddings and make it as extravagant as they want.
Yeah, and the thing about like
That's why you're so cheap. You don't eat food. Don't
Yeah,
go eat
saving
out.
money, bro. Saving
No,
money for
but
my
that's
wedding.
also like we buy a property once, bro. Weddings, like you
It-
have
I
like
was just
7
gonna say
events,
that.
man. Like
yeah.
Desi weddings.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you have multiple weddings as
I
well.
mean
No.
that too. Like
Weddings, you only have ones as well.
One
You can
down,
buy
3 to
multiple
go.
properties, bro. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, because they save money for weddings, they think it's like obligatory that they use all those savings up.
Yeah.
I find it annoying when people, I don't know if it's a case for you guys, like when people go out of the way to like borrow money. If you can't afford a wedding
Yeah.
that you have in mind,
And that's the thing. A lot of people loan money.
yeah,
They get loans for weddings, and
which
then
makes 0 sense.
But yeah,
and then they get into debt or something. So it's
Yeah.
like,
And you're spending money on people that are gonna question it
That's
like
what I'm
later. It's like,
saying.
oh, this wasn't there, that
yeah,
wasn't there. What's
and
the point?
People don't like. No one, like at the end of the day, like they're just going there for really themselves or like
Free food.
free food.
Yeah.
They don't really care. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of complaints or
Well, the thing is,
Son
funny
looks
thing
like
is
he's
with
been
Son,
he's been
because
personally accused, bro.
Bro, he has personal experience
Wow.
because his dad used to own a wedding hall essentially, and he wanted people to be as greedy as possible and like spend money because he.
Wait, no, but as a bit like in a business perspective, yeah, then of course, like
Yeah.
that's what you want. Like,
No.
See, my dad was dodgy about it. So, so in Pakistan, there's no OHS situation going on. So we used to rent out the wedding hall. The leftover food was us for the taking.
yeah,
So the food, we used to make money through the wedding, the food, and the table and the cleaning part was also, we used to make money through that because we used to have a company that used to come in and clean our tables and chairs and plates for free. And the leftover food, they used to take that. So the food actually from the event was us. The
Yeah.
wedding money was us. And the leftover food from the plates was also taken for reusal
Ew.
by the people that used to clean their tables. So those are the kind of food you used
It's
to
a
get
big
on the street
money-making thing,
vendors.
yeah.
So it was like a triple stream situation going on for money coming in.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
shows the point like that because it's such a big money making business over there. They promote it that way in Pakistan.
Yeah.
That's why you see people trying to one up each other in the wedding scheme. So like,
Yeah.
I think we have
Yeah.
nothing better in Pakistan. Honestly, my mom's been on my case to get married for the longest time
yes,
because
we
she's
know
bored.
this.
Honestly, she has nothing better to do. Let's get him married. After that, I don't know what's going to be next.
It's
but
literally a thing in Desi culture. Like if there's nothing happening in your life, if like people are bored, it's like, oh, you go through. Sometimes someone, if a couple of people pass away in your family and you're
Yeah.
sad, they're like, oh, let's just get someone married so we have something to enjoy
That's
for a
so
little
odd.
bit. We should probably get into a wedding business over here. Like
what
legit
kind of
to,
business are we talking?
like open a wedding hall.
it's
make
so
money.
expensive, bro.
I was dead set thinking like, and again, I was thinking I never end up actioning these thoughts, but I was dead set thinking like, because we had lockdown late last year, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, when everyone opens up, like everyone's gonna have weddings and stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, like everything got so.
so I was
These
like,
guys
I gotta
these-
capitalize on this like somehow.
That's not the only idea these guys had. We went on a trip. They were talking about wedding halls. They were talking about opening a childcare center.
oh,
They
yeah,
were like
bro.
discussing everything and
Bro,
everything, but nothing came out of that.
one day. Yeah.
Which one
Inshallah.
would you prefer, childcare center or wedding hall?
childcare center.
Childcare for sure.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
more money in
Yeah,
childcare
it's
center.
regular, consistent. You know, you're gonna have people.
The double whammy will be you get the people married, and the ones that get married at your center already book them up for their child when
yeah,
it
yeah,
eventually
yeah.
born.
Easy.
Easy
Partnership.
way to make money. What do you guys make of like multiple events leading up to the actual wedding?
So I think that's dumb,
Dumb.
personally.
What's the limit? Like how many is a good number?
Two.
Two.
Because the thing is,
Two leading up or two total? Like,
total. I mean,
okay.
the thing is, why are you spending so much money for every single event when people again don't care or like they won't remember it? It's like kind of dumb, pointless. So I think, just like two is fine.
Two, like one from the bride side, one from the groom side.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
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 Want to do
Bro,
more.
it's so weird. Like I remember, and again going sort of back to the money thing, like spending money on essentially one night, right? I remember in like my early 20s when I was in uni, I couldn't justify, like for example, I think Kendrick came over to Sydney for a while. I think his tickets were something like 150, 200 bucks or something. I couldn't justify. I was always like, I can't spend 200 bucks on one night. Like it's one night. Like what am I gonna do? Like, and then you go into the wedding scene. It's like, what the hell, bro?
Okay, tell us the amount. What ballpark are we speaking?
For what?
Your wedding.
I can't. Lips
Disclose
tied, bro. I think I just googled the average wedding and it was something like 20K or something like that.
Yeah.
I've heard
And that's
rings should be
including like
20K
white
though.
people, huh?
I've heard. I was on Reddit
Oh.
searching out how much your ring should
Yeah.
be, and Reddit said 25 to 20% of your annual salary,
Apparently,
which seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
like
crazy.
yeah. Apparently, it's like something like that, or like 2 months, I think, of your salary or something. Which
Did
is
you guys
close
do
to
rings?
20%, huh?
Do you guys do rings for your wedding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have rings.
talking
is your-
about rings. Above gave them a bracelet each as a gift. So husband is a property of. So the wedding bands had an inscription of both of. Okay, can you guys
What's
explain?
our names, bro?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was just the initials.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, but I think that was on the
Okay.
outside, which made it
Yeah.
too obvious, which seems like they're property of each other. Like, it's like a dog tag situation going on where you have.
Bro, only you think about
No,
this.
no,
I think-
Have you not seen people wear bracelets?
No, I've only seen like high schoolers wear it. I've never seen anyone decent wear it.
What are wedding bands? Like, it could be a ring or it could be a bracelet, right?
I don't actually know.
I've
I haven't
never-
heard of bracelets.
Yeah, me neither. I've only heard of.
I think
You've
Abob's
worn
questioning is
bracelets.
Like
wedding
we
gift
got
right
wedding
now.
bands.
Yeah.
But-
What are bangles for? Like, people just put them on, right?
Yeah.
Like churiya, what are they
Yeah.
called?
But the thing is, they're meant to be
Chunia.
more subtle though. Like they're not meant to be in your face, shiny, blingy stuff, which shows it's like a property of X, Y, Z. if it is inscribed, it should be probably inside. I think that would be a bit more.
We've got.
When
now.
you get them a gift next time, a bracelet, you do that
Yeah.
for them, okay?
Oh.
Seriously,
Yeah,
where's
where's
our
our
gift?
gift?
Bro, what is this coming from? You guys are making the most fun of it.
So we actually have initials in our wedding band, but it's like inside.
Yeah.
It's on the other side. What I meant to say.
It's not tacky at all, unlike some choices.
I still want my wedding gift, so I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he gave us his wedding gift.
What, steaks?
Steaks.
No, no, no.
Oh, that was cheap, eh?
What is your
Sounds
opinion
steaks,
on like rings in general?
Um,
Could you have done without them? Or would you need something to like
I
think you
it's
should have.
cute.
I think you should have some sort of ring.
I
just
think it's cute.
Don't.
Yeah.
I don't like spending 2 months' salary or anything
Yeah,
like that.
I think the amount is ridiculous,
Yeah.
but
But where did this like start from? Like why diamond rings are like what's
I'm pretty
the
sure I
obsession
read it
with
was
them?
like it was literally a marketing ploy or something. I
Yeah,
don't
some
think
big
they're
company
even.
I've
Yeah,
heard,
they're
yeah.
not rare or anything as well. Like it's literally just a marketing ploy.
Like diamonds aren't like you can find them there. Like there's more rare like elements in the world
Yeah.
that you could potentially like
Yeah.
put on a ring.
Yeah.
But diamonds are just somehow
it's just-
associated.
pretty and classy. People like it.
And they're forever.
Yeah.
Are they? No, they can
So-
break easy. I've heard they can break real easy.
Can they?
Yeah.
Aren't they
No, I
like
didn't
super
know that.
tough?
No, like they can have scratches and stuff easy on
Yeah,
them.
you can get scratches. Depends on the quality as well.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is like in my family like we've never had a tradition of like rings and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with like in my immediate family no one has their wedding rings. Like my parents don't have wedding rings. They
That's
just have
cool.
like jewelry sets or
So
whatever.
then when it's your turn, what's the expectation?
Oh well,
Yeah,
depends on
interesting.
the other party as well.
I don't think I don't know. I don't think any sort of wife would. I don't know. I can't think of anyone that like would not have a ring.
But thing is it a requirement though? Like if
A ring.
everything is working fine for him, but he doesn't give them a wedding ring, and they're like, no chance, can't happen.
that
Like-
sounds like a dowry thing. Like
Yeah, I think it's like it's not a requirement though. If it is a requirement, I probably would have an issue with
ring.
that. Yeah.
I feel like it is a requirement.
I think it's like a subtle.
Says who,
It's
though?
like a unspoken
Society, I don't
requirement.
know, bro. It's like
I think that's too much though. Like I mean,
it's like
it's
who
a good
says it has to
decent
be
thing
a
to
diamond
do.
ring?
But if it's a prerequisite, I would have issues with that. I like.
So you wouldn't give your girl.
No, I
a
would
ring?
probably. But if it's a requirement, I need to fulfill this. I would just dip. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
well, speaking about requirements, like there's obviously dowries in like our
Yeah.
tradition. It's always been that the girl's family gives the guy's family, certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys proceed with that on
No.
your?
No.
Where's my?
I thought that's a Hindu thing.
Well, it
No,
comes-
I don't think it is a Hindu thing. I
No,
think
no,
it's a.
it is an Indian thing, I know,
Is
but I
it?
don't know if it comes from Hinduism or
Oh,
yeah.
well,
yeah, like your family's supposed to give me goats or something, man. Like
Man, I think
I'll get you a
they
cowboy.
shouldn't give it to you. If they love her, they should give something to her,
Yeah. Exactly.
and by extension, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously they don't love you enough.
Yeah.
damn, bro, that's rough.
They gave me a cow. What are you talking about?
Where is it?
It's
Cow or a bull? Because cows are more expensive.
cows.
Fair.
Have you actually seen how people like explain or like justify what they've given in dowry?
No.
No.
So okay.
I have. You go
this
first.
is kind of personal, but one of my cousin,
I have a personal story.
I
as well.
love personal stories.
you know this one. So one of my cousins was getting married last month, and the husband, like the guy's family, cousin is girl by the way, and guy's family wanted them to furnish his house and his room pretty much. So they gave him pretty much the beds, furniture, AC.
So the girl's family. did
Girl's
all
family
this?
gave
Okay,
them, and
yeah,
these
yeah.
people are not rich at all. So it had all of my family, a lot of her families chipping in just to
Yeah,
provide them
okay.
Yeah.
with most of the materials. Then they said the curtain should match the bed frames and all of. the curtain should be aligned with the whole
It
room
was a scheme,
situation
like
going
they
on.
wanted a scheme.
Like
full
yeah,
scheme,
so as soon as they mentioned curtain, we were like, what the hell is this nonsense? And they were the reason the marriage got called off.
Oh,
Because
wow.
we gave them everything,
Yeah.
minus the curtains, because curtains made it
That's
seem
when
they
your
were too
ego
greedy.
got hit. You're like, nah,
this
nah.
is this is where like they realize it's too greedy.
Yeah.
Because previously I was just bringing them up like, we should not do this at all.
Yeah.
And my whole families were like, no, it's fine, whatever. But when it came to curtains, they're like, no, this is a too
Was
greedy.
it a thing where they were like adding things on?
Or adding
Yeah,
things
yeah,
on,
yeah.
and the curtains, they agreed to this, but they wanted curtains smashed to the whole team, and this is where we realized it's
Wait,
too far.
why are curtains greedy? Is it because like? is
No,
it-
no, no.
No,
It's
not
just
like
like
'cause it's
once,
being very
like,
particular.
why are you just
Yeah.
adding on
Yeah,
stupid
like
things?
curtains sounds so dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
Get me
this is
some
a-
curtains.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a door, like to lock it if you want privacy. Like, why do you
Yeah.
want curtains around?
no.
your
So
bed?
they were happy to give curtains, but issue became it had to match the whole situation,
Yeah.
and they were not happy with the whole the whole
It seems like
process
this
of.
guy was just sleeping in an empty room previously. Like, what was wrong with him? Well, like good riddance to him.
Yeah,
if that was
exactly.
the
So
case.
we were happy, but then they refused to give everything back either.
Oh wow!
Oh.
So-
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happens. Once you give
Son.
it, they're just like it's a gift essentially. You
Yeah.
can't take it back. The bride and groom are getting married, so this is like a pre-wedding event.
Yeah.
And the girl's family, the girl is sitting in the middle of the stage. The guy's family is coming. Alongside the girl is every item they plan to give in dowry on the stage: a fridge, multiple clothes,
What?
and sometimes they even leave the price tag on. So you literally walk by and you're like, oh yeah, this is the price tag for this piece of dowry, and it's meant to be given to this particular person in the family. It becomes so crazy. I walked in and then I'm like to my mom, like, why is there so many things on the stage?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, that's dowry. I'm like,
Bro,
why are they displaying it like
they just
that?
need to flex their
Yeah,
2K
see,
fridge, bro. Like,
This is why I'm not giving you a dowry.
What?
Yeah.
I like
You can
that.
do it more
It's
discreet.
2022 anyways. You're meant to give me stuff.
He's clearly giving you a lot of things.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on arranged marriages?
So, I think personally for me, if I never liked the idea of arranged marriage for myself.
Yeah.
I'd prefer like if I got to know someone on my own accord and like, but I also know so many of my relatives and stuff who have gotten an arranged marriage and they seem to be really happy.
Well, when we're talking about arranged marriages, we're not talking about a blind, like back in the days and you didn't even
Yeah,
see a wife
like-
until the wedding day sort of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
so now
we're talking about
these
like,
days you can get an arranged marriage. It's like when your friend does like they
Set you up on a
set
date.
you up like
Yeah.
it's like a blind date, which is basically what it is
Yeah.
now.
not a blind date because you know the like you'll see
Well-
pictures of the
Well,
girl and
obviously,
everything.
but you don't know who they are really.
Not
How
like-
long is a good
yeah,
period
it's
for
not-
you?
it's not
Like
enough.
1 month is not enough, but how long do you reckon is a good period?
to get to know someone.
I think at
Months,
least
bro.
a 5
Yeah.
at least 5 months.
Half a year or something.
But then thing is, like, what if you end up not deciding to choose them, and then you wasted half of your year,
No,
half
but
of
that's
their.
like but what is
So
dating
this,
essentially?
but if you're going arranged way, you can't expect other person to agree with this. This is a really retarded prerequisite, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like, cause if you believe, like, you're going through someone's parents, you're wasting their time,
Yeah.
parents' time, because parents can't allow, especially in a Muslim. From a Muslim, like if some guy wants to talk to my sister for 6 months, ends up saying no, this is wasting her time. Like,
Yeah.
from as a brother, I would just say
But
no.
what's the alternative? Are you saying like straight away get married?
Like, if you're doing arranged, then you should not have these kind of requirements, I'd say. And
No, but there's footfalls in both of them. Like, what if you decide, okay, like arranged marriage, we do it, and what if the guy turns out to be a drugger?
Yeah, like you
What do you
think,
do
oh
then?
shit, like this isn't
Yeah,
this isn't
it's
looking
fa-
good.
and then your sister gets divorced, and it's far worse for her.
Yeah,
to
thing
get
is,
married.
if it's coming through arranged method,
Yeah.
they would. It's a strict vetting process. If the guy, like, if someone's recommending me, I would question the person that's recommending me.
no,
If
but
the questions a person recommending is of a questionable character, I would take their recommendation with a container of salt. Like, I wouldn't just straight up, like, you
Yeah.
know. I wouldn't vouch
yeah,
for
like,
you.
I
You
think
say-
he just contradicted
Did you
himself
just say
a little bit.
container of salt?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm watching with someone for marriage, I
Yeah,
would
but
wanna.
you're not just basing it on someone vouching. Like, you actually get to know the person
Yeah,
yourself.
like in the end of the at the end of the day, you are
It's
marrying
your
them.
judgment. So
Yeah, you are marrying
do
this
you,
person.
do you trust Zara's judgment?
See, so for me, I've got.
If she recommended one of her friends, would you just say, okay, I trust Zara, I'm just gonna marry
Would
this
you?
person?
Would you?
What would that mean though? Like, just marrying? I probably would not recommend trust anyone else apart from myself.
Yeah, see, that's,
But
but if I said, oh, this person,
as a decent person, yeah, I would
Yeah.
obviously respect that.
No, but would
No.
you marry?
No,
But
not
marrying
married,
is
not
like,
married.
obviously I'm not saying just marry straight up because someone vouched for someone. But I'm saying I wouldn't take 6 months just to know them, meet them. Because
Then how long would you take?
like, why do you need 6 months per se? Like, what is...
Like, what
Because
would
how
your
do you,
ideal be?
like? How would you know exactly? Like,
See, I'm a big liar. I can put facade on easily. Like, I'm honest with you
That's
guys.
what he's worried about.
No, I'm
He's
saying...
worried about marrying himself, bro.
I'm honest with you guys as
Yeah.
friends, but like if my parents introduce me to someone, I can put on a facade, a card of any kind.
see, that's what's worrying because for a woman, right, or a
Anyone,
man,
like it
but
could be a guy
vice
too.
versa,
Yeah,
They see this person, they're like, okay, they seem
decent.
decent.
Yeah.
They marry into that like family or into and marry that person, and they're like, shit, like I really don't.
So
like,
6 months would not actually cover this either.
No,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
No, but
I don't
like
think
you
6
can't.
months is long enough
Then
either.
you can do that with anything. Like if you're going in a business deal with someone,
mhm.
Yeah.
you're taking a risk. Like it's not gonna work out.
So it's
But business deal is easy to get over with than marriages.
See,
That's the
Fair.
thing.
It's-
Everyone is completely different.
Yeah.
And like you,
Some people need the help
yeah,
to get
I
set up.
agree.
Yeah.
It's a
Cry
it's
for
a-
help.
It's a
Maybe.
it's a trade off, right? The longer you stay with them, the more emotionally invested you are.
Exactly.
The more emotional damage happens. That was crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't-
so embarrassed. Right
It went
now.
better in my head, but basically it's a trade off, right? The longer you stay, the more emotional investment, the less you take to decide the
So 6 months, as
The more of
Bob
a risk
said
it
it,
is.
or whatever amount, he,
No, I'm just
like
giving a rough time, but
like-
I would.
you would take 6
yeah.
months to
Well,
then.
6 months includes like you're still living your life. You're not gonna be meeting them every day,
Yeah.
speaking to them every day. You might be just like meeting them every now and then, and
But,
then in 6 months you might.
But like,
meet
isn't
them.
that like a sanctioned dating with your parents' help? That's what I think it is. Like,
that's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And when
And do you reckon-
when a guy and girl get together, they don't just become girlfriend and boyfriend from day one
like
either.
you still date and you're
Yeah.
still open to look around. Like your options are still open,
Mm.
but then you go with one person.
Is this what you've done? Is this how you pick
no,
Trey?
no.
How long were you looking when you were with Trey?
I wasn't looking. I
Okay.
wasn't.
You just found him.
She was just being found.
I was like worried that if I just go with him, how about if it doesn't work out? So I was like, I told him like, oh, on our first date, you should keep your options open. But I realized like, I realized like, no,
what
I
did Trey
really-
say that to that?
3 years later, she married me.
Yeah, so I'm so glad like I didn't like, and I
You
prefer.
see, they spent like 2.5
so we were
years.
friends for
Yeah.
a year,
Yeah.
which helped like a lot, and I
Yeah.
preferred that we were friends for a year, and then yeah, now we dated for a year and got married after.
So the same thing with them would be like they spent enough time without before making that decision to marry,
yeah.
and it was more than 6 months. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But thing is, a key factor in this is they were friends and they were not sanctioned by parents. But as someone that has got sisters, I wouldn't want someone to be my friend's sister's boyfriend theoretically for 1 year before deciding either or. My sister can obviously refuse him too.
Yeah.
But coming from an arranged point of view, I think that's not. I wouldn't say unreasonable from my perspective. Like when my parents ask me the same thing, I say the same thing. Like I don't want to get married straight up.
Yeah.
But that said, from a rational point of view, I think if I were to pursue the 6 month grace period, I would just probably try it on my own rather than like
Yeah.
go through the
which
arranged
is why I
channels.
like never really liked the idea of arranged marriage, just because I want to be able to have.
Because if you have a
control.
prerequisite for arranged, I think this is not unreasonable. It's a fair requirement because you want to do the best for you.
Yeah.
But like you can understand a lot of grievances other side of the
yeah,
other gender would have.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
concept of like arranged marriage historically, it's been more like, you know what they used to do? They used to be like, if one tribe wanted to get a better relationship
yeah.
with another
It
tribe, they
was,
just
it
got
was, it was a
to-
business decision.
it was
Yeah.
a business decision. Now it's just become like more of it.
Yeah,
And
like
it's not
parents,
even-
I can't get laid. Help me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not
Let me
even
find you
as
someone.
explicit. So the extreme cases, I've seen it. A guy and girl were getting married. There was an argument between the guy's side of the family and the girl's side of the family. And the girl's side of the family on the wedding day, when the whole ceremony is going on, decided they no longer wanted to continue with the marriage. What the guy's
Yeah.
family did is someone from his family said, we have a daughter and she's available. So they just swapped in the girl. So like subbed in the next girl.
What?
And then she sat
Yeah,
in the
people-
my
Show
mom
must
told me
go
this story. I was like baffled. I was
No.
like, this happened? How long ago
No,
did this
people
happen? She's
Bro,
like,
what kind of family do you have?
5
man?
years ago.
yeah. Still, like there's some Pakistani families that literally like kind of suss out guys who are that would give something to the family. Like it's like, oh, they're good for this reason. Like I want my daughter to marry him because he's got these qualities, or like
What were those qualities for your parents with Trey?
Nothing.
He had
Nothing.
dreadlock situation going.
I had dreadlocks and long
Yeah.
ratty
My
hair.
mum didn't even like him in the beginning.
How long
Like-
how long did it take for her to like him?
No,
It
so
was quick, but like
it was quick.
before we
May-
started.
So
how do you
when
know,
we were
bro?
when we were friends, she was worried I would like him because she thought he was like
Nonce.
a
like-
goon.
a goon.
Goon.
Which is
You fit the
true.
description.
Which yeah, it was
Yeah.
fair. Like it was an.
She was definitely profiling, but he fit the description. Yeah.
I think like she was worried that like there's not like that's all he is.
About your own wedding, what was the one thing that you really liked and one thing you really disliked about your whole event?
I think I kind of voiced it before, but basically the whole standing for 2 hours was my
Yeah,
least
I think we
favorite.
share that dislike.
Yeah.
That was
And-
one thing you
terrible.
liked.
The
What?
photographers.
But you were gonna say
People
that.
giving you attention. People giving her attention. She liked that.
No,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't that.
Attention
Like it was just
seeker.
fun, and like I got to like hang out with you, and
Bro, I didn't get to eat the food enough.
I know
we missed it. We missed the tandoori shit, and I was like,
Oh,
entrees
we were in the
apparently
same
were
boat. I didn't
amazing.
eat much either. so
bro, I was like, everyone was
You
talking
don't-
about how
you never
good it
eat
was.
anything.
That's my issue.
I think it's one of those things you can't say wedding food is bad either. So don't feel
Are you
don't
implying
So
feel.
that
you
it's-
only came here for the food.
Wow.
No, I mean entrees too.
Make sure he's not invited
Son,
to the other
what
events.
Ooh.
No.
what were you feeling when you were at that wedding? Like, what was?
I was just noticing him,
Son,
bro.
I
He
noticed-
looked like he was crying, and I was kind of happy.
Son,
and
the
like,
son was in like the back row. He was shedding tears for me. He's a cute boy.
It's the first time in my life where, like, when I was like sitting, like me and Son were standing in the back, like observing you two. It's the first time in my life I've said both of them could have done better,
nah, bro, come on, man.
Damn, son.
and that's what makes you guys perfect for each other.
Nah, man. This is about being like funny, but not hitting the
Yeah.
notes. Yeah, like this is the nonce thing to say.
What's it not?
Like that, nah. Like what makes you think?
I was
digging?
like, Trey could have gotten someone more mature, and then
Bro.
with
What
the
Zara,
hell?
I was
Bro.
like, she would have gotten
Ooh.
someone with better hairline.
Ooh.
That was my thinking.
Immature.
Bro, no headline jokes, man.
I'm just
Next
joking.
question.
But like, I was very happy for you guys on your wedding.
Of course,
day.
yeah.
The
Good save, Bobby
yeah,
boy.
the sun, the only thing I hated was the sun was too strong, so you could have picked a better day.
Yeah, it was. No, it was
That was
expected
raining
to
back
rain
then.
though.
But-
man.
How good was it? Because after that, it's been raining constantly.
Yeah.
And before that, it was raining constantly.
Agreed.
Yeah,
So it
so
was
we
perfect
chose, like,
day.
the-
Yeah.
Nicest day.
Anyway, thank you guys. Congratulations to both of you
Thank
again.
you, brother.
Let's see how long this lasts.
Mm.
Anyway, thank
What
you.
the hell is
guys.
wrong with this guy, man?
This has been another episode of the Trash Talk Experience. Please check us out on our Instagram and follow us on our Instagram and check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all the good stuff. Thank you, Zara, once again for coming in.
All good.
We'll catch you in the next one. Peace and bye.